So we're headed over to the operating room.
Can you get it over your bun?
It fits over the bun, yeah, we're good.
Okay.
I think we've got an active procedure on the table. Let's do it. So we see, this looks like an orthopedic surgery, actually.
What am I doing here with NFL star Logan Ryan and his wife Ashley, watching a terrier get a knee replacement? Hi guys. How are you? Hi. How old is Leo?
Leo's 10 years old.
10 years old, and Nala?
11.
11. She's the older woman.
She runs the show. She runs the show.
And she's a puggle.
Puggle.
And Leo is a pit
He's
bull.
a pit bull.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's honestly our best family dog. Nala causes a little more problems over the house than him.
Really?
She just runs the show. She's a little bossy. He's a good listener.
She's the boss.
Hey, hi. You all have always been dog people, right?
We have.
You two, both of you,
Yeah,
right?
always been dog
So
people.
you met at Rutgers. Both were students here. Both also athletes. You played softball.
I played softball.
You played
Pickleball? No, football.
football.
Yeah.
And you both love dogs, so you had a lot in common. But you all discovered you had very different sort of philosophies towards pets.
When I met Ashley, she really introduced me when we got Nala together to start raising your pets like they're family members.
But they don't sleep on the bed.
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Part of our
I'll bite.
protocol for when we were having a baby, I was pregnant, is to get your dog out of the bed.
Oh.
A lot of issues between dogs and babies happen on high up spaces.
Oh, really?
Or places where they're relaxed and something sudden happens.
Yeah.
And as can you imagine for a dog, when their spot is the bed, and that's where
Yeah.
they sleep every night. And now a baby's coming home and kicking them out of their spot. What does that make them feel towards
Yeah.
the baby? But when the babies were born, Leo was always right next to them, almost like they're just guard dog. I mean, we had photos with them on the ground crawling and first steps, and you see Leo in the background kind of just looking. He's always been so in tune with our family and our kids as they grow. And I think that's the biggest stereotype buster about pit bulls is, oh, they're aggressive, how are they gonna be around kids? And he's always been, in my opinion, the biggest nurturer of our kids. He's always been their protector.
Aw,
So
that's
it's
so
it's a
nice.
cool thing about him.
What have they taught the kids? You have a boy and a girl,
Yeah.
and they're how old? They're
8, our daughter's 8, our son is 5.
Our kids have learned how to be gentle and care. They've been always kind around the animals. We make sure they don't pull their ears. We make sure they don't sit on their backs. We make sure they don't play in their food bowls. We teach them responsibility and how to act around other people's spaces, other things' spaces, and respect. And I think our kids have taught the dogs and vice versa so much respect.
Leo, come here, buddy.
there he goes.
He's the leader, apparently.
Yeah.
He's going.
Wow, what a great place for them to run around, huh?
Nala, come on.
What's that building? Is that your neighbor?
That is our barn, actually.
Wow.
Inside,
This is amazing.
this is where a lot of the Ryan Animal Rescue Foundation magic happens.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we started our foundation in 2017, right after we got married. We promote adoption. We provide grant funding for different areas of animal welfare. We work a lot with behavior with animals in the space. We work a lot with increasing diversity in the space.
And why is that so important, you think, to increase diversity in sort of animal welfare and things like that?
I think it's important for everybody to see somebody who looks like them. You know, you walk into an animal shelter and you see a lot of people that look like me, and you see a lot of people that look like you, and you don't see a lot of people that look like him or our kids. And I think it's important to increase that and make it more representative of who we are.
We started in animal welfare for the animals. It's a voice for the voiceless. But I want to give opportunities for the kids that look like me growing up in the cities that I grew up in. Or at least they can see like, hey, that guy Logan Ryan, that football player, he's also doing a big thing off the field. The NFL has supported it a ton. Fan bases don't care who I play for. You see there's a bunch of different jerseys.
Yeah.
But all these people still root for us because they know I love animals.
The dog guy.
So
You're the
dog
dog
guy.
guy.
like you're here at my house talking about dogs and not about football. And I think that's pretty cool to shine light on multiple passions of our family. I think it's a beautiful thing.
We always say we don't, I worked in the shelters. I tended not to adopt the quote-unquote easy dogs. You know, they're gonna find their homes a lot easier. Nala and Leo came with some baggage.
He has. So when we rescued Leo, we knew that this was a puppy that needed a hip surgery. And a lot of people couldn't afford or want to take that on when they're just trying to adopt a dog. But we paid for that procedure. Leo had an infection in one of those surgeries and his leg swelled up to twice the size. And He had to get rushed to a Blue Pearl in Franklin, Tennessee.
In Franklin.
Yep.
Initial prognosis there was he wasn't going to make it, but through great care, it went from obviously non-fatal to him walking out there a week later. Without Blue Pearl, I mean,
We wouldn't have Leo.
we wouldn't have him today. We can say that firmly.
And that's what brought Logan, Ashley, and me to the Blue Pearl Animal Hospital in Clearwater, Florida, which is part of Mars Veterinary Health family of practices.
I'm Pauline. Really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. There, Dr. Pauline Bell showed us the type of facility where Leo received life-saving care 6 years ago. This place is huge.
Here at Blue Pearl, we're an emergency facility and we serve specialty medicine. So if your dog or cat eats something that they're not supposed to, if they've somehow hurt themselves, or even if they're not acting quite right in the middle of the night and you just need peace of mind, we want to be here for when you need us most.
Wow,
really.
so is it open 24/7?
Yeah, this facility is, and most of our facilities are as
Wow.
well. Yeah, it's the same thing that you would find in human medicine, including the specialties. So we've got CAT scan and MRIs, neurology, all of the specialists that are here, we can do for pets. We've been able to see over 1.1 million pets over the past year. So
Wow.
through all of
That's
that,
tremendous.
just in 1 year.
Pauline, how did you get into this line of work?
I was always that kid who was crawling through the bushes looking for that orphan kitten, but my parents are first-generation immigrants from Thailand, and there is a stereotype for Asians. You have 3 choices. You can be a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer. And so I went the IT route and I studied technology in my undergraduate career. But here's my plot twist. I left that career and I went to vet school. Being a veterinarian wasn't something that was common, especially in my family. That's why it's important to provide diversity within the veterinary space. We first have to really acknowledge that the veterinary industry doesn't represent society as a whole in terms of diversity.
How do you expose more kids to the idea that this is a potential career for them?
One of the things that Mars Veterinary Health is doing is helping to establish a coalition to help with diversity and bringing education to those kids in underserved communities so that they can see somebody that looks like them who is in a career that they love and inspire, right? This is a very inspirational profession, and how can we inspire others by showing them the way, showing what's possible?
100%. I think it comes down to opportunities for people of color to get in this space. It just hasn't been that many people to break the barrier. And people like Pauline show that you can, and she's giving great inspiration to the younger minorities out there, but also we're trying to provide actual opportunities for people to take the job.
I was going to say, this is a great way to earn a living, right? To have a stable job, and especially if you love animals, it's a job people would really love. These are lucky animals, right?
They got the
That
best
they
of
have
the best.
access to all of this stuff.
Pets are family, right? They're extensions of our family and they're like our kids. And so if we're able to help keep families together for longer, that's our ideal goal. So this is my favorite part of the job, where we're able to reunite a pet with their owner.
Look who I have for you.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, she's so happy.
Ultimately, this is why I love, the veterinary space. It's because all you see is just love. It's pure love.